Put on your road trip clothes because we are going on a rocket hunt. Road trip clothes? Is that even a thing? Just get in the car. We'll grab the battery. You don't know how many times I've left without that. And a memory card. Same. You ever get to the field, realize you forgot your card? Nope, me neither. Grab the key. Tap the cat on the top of the head. Bye, cat. And your chariot waits. Okay, ready? I've got my Manly Stanley. I've got my camera. We're going to talk about why I brought this specific camera. I did bring my other one too, but we'll talk about why I have this one. I think we're ready. Settle in, buckle up. We're going for a ride. Okay, why am I doing this? Where are we going? We are driving to as close to Vandenberg Space Force Base as we can get, launching a Falcon 9 rocket today. Now, I've been trying to get there and get a shot of this rocket. Put my hand on your knee there so you don't fall over. I've been trying to get this shot for a while. The thing is, the launch is in about 5-6 hours, and it's about an hour and a half drive to get there. It's about 10 in the morning, which means probably get there around 11:30, something like that. Which also means a wait of about 5 hours. But here's why, because the parking lot is pretty small and it fills up pretty early. So if you make the drive out there and the parking lot's full, there's nothing you can do. You can still like park on a road fairly close and see the rocket go up and hear it and everything. But I want to see it leave the launch pad, and there's really only one spot you can do that. So that is where we are going. And I've tried 3 times, I think. Twice I've gotten into the parking lot, waited a few hours, and then the launch was scrubbed for weather. And then another time I got there, the parking lot was closed, so I parked nearby and the rocket did go up, which was still cool. But I want the shot. I want it, and I want you to come with me to get it. So that's where we are going. I brought my 100 to 400 millimeter lens. Now, yesterday when I went, I put that lens on my Canon 80D, and that is a crop sensor lens, which means fully zoomed in, this is a 620 millimeter lens, and I wanted that extra reach, because as far as you can get into that rocket, the better. However, you do start to lose some image quality, and I plan on shooting at a high shutter speed, which means probably a higher ISO, and those crop sensor cameras, especially the old DSLRs, just don't handle the noise as well. This is, so I put the 100 to 400 on my Canon 5D Mark IV, still a DSLR, but a full sensor, which means it'll handle the noise a little bit better. I do sacrifice a little bit of distance, a little bit of focal length, but I'm okay with that. And I think it's still going to be a great shot. So the rocket going up today is bringing some sort of a top secret military satellite into space. And I think that's pretty cool. Typically, the Falcon 9 launches the Starlink satellites, but this time it's launching a top secret military satellite or group of satellites. There's a couple spots you can shoot from, and I'm going to show those to you. Yesterday I was out on the dunes, and then I saw way in the distance there were people up on a ridge, and I was like, oh my god, I want to get there. But I'm not sure if it's legal to get there. I don't know. I might try, I might not. It just kind of depends on how things are looking. I don't want to break any laws. I want to do this legally. So if that's just not somewhere I can get, then we won't go there. But I'm taking you with me. We might have to wait a while. I brought snacks. I brought water. And we can just kind of hang out and wait for this thing to go. And hopefully it launches. If not, we wait 5 hours in the parking lot and then drive an hour and a half home and try again Friday. There's another launch on Friday. I plan on going to that one too. You can come if you want. But I think that's it. So for now, if you don't just close your eyes and enjoy the ride, and I'll wake you up when we're there. Right up here is where they close the road if the parking lot is full. Roadblocks and flashing police lights and everything. They really take it seriously. So the fact that those aren't closing the road is a good sign so far. Okay, about 5 more minutes. We have arrived. The parking lot was open. There was some drama coming in. Looks like it might still be up there, but a couple of police cars came screaming through. There they are up there behind the bathrooms. And there's a fire truck, and I thought, uh-oh, what's going on? But so far, so good. I don't know what was going on, but the parking lot's open. You can see that it's filling up. We're still 4 hours early. There's this situation, I don't know what that is, but people come here with their campers, and I don't know if they wait overnight. They might. But anyway, we are here. I'll show you around, and we've got about 4 hours to wait till rocket launch. There are a couple of places to watch this launch. You'll note that this is also the Lompoc and Surf Beach Amtrak stop. So that's cool. And the main spot to watch the launch, where most people gather, is right here at the top of this hill. And then I'm going to zoom in and show you where the rocket is. I know it tends to get a little windy, so I'm going to try to keep the wind noise out, or at least down. But if I'm going to stand over here. It's about 3 miles away, 3.5 miles away. As close as we can get, but there it is. Okay, so it's much too windy to talk outside. So I'll show some video of the dunes and where the rocket is. So when we go out there and shoot, which we still have about 4 hours to wait, so we'll chat, we'll sleep, we'll relax. I brought my laptop, I have my phone, have some snacks, so we'll just pass the time. But you can see on this video where that rocket is. It's about 3.5 miles away. And so I think standing out on those dunes is a great spot. I haven't actually seen the rocket go from there, but we should be able to see it ignite and launch off the launch pad and hear it, the sound of that thing. When I was here to see the launch and this parking lot was closed, parked about another mile or 2 miles, or maybe 4 miles away. So the rocket was about 8 miles away, roughly. And even then, the sound was just incredible to hear the pops of the rocket engine, and just absolutely amazing. Let's talk camera settings for a minute that I plan on using. I want to use as fast of a shutter speed as possible here. So I'm just going to take my ISO and put it on auto. Yeah. So we're just going to put that on auto. My aperture, this is the 100 to 400 lens, and fully extended at 400, it's only going to go down to 5.6. So let's say we're at 5.6. And then I'm going to want my shutter speed to be like fast. Maybe like up here, a 2,000th of a second. Maybe, yeah, probably somewhere around there, maybe 1,000. But we'll just kind of see what the ISO looks like there. I have it limited to 6,400, so it'll never go higher than 6,400 on this camera. I have found that that's about the limits that this camera can take, about 6,400. So we'll see. If I have to adjust my shutter speed based on that, I will. But I want to be as fast as possible so I can kind of get those, like the fire coming out of the engines, and just freeze that as much as possible. Some of the frost coming off the body, maybe. We'll see. I don't know what I'm going to be able to catch, but these are the settings that I'm going to be working with, and I'll adjust them as we're shooting. But that's a start. Next, what I'm going to do is take my camera and lens out to the dunes and do some test shots. I'm not going to talk while I'm out there because the wind is just too much, but I will take some footage. And I just want to see if the 100 to 400 lens on the 5D Mark IV is the right choice, or if I need to switch that over to the 80D for that extra reach. So I'm going to do some tests and we'll let you know how that goes. I am going to leave the lens on the 5D Mark IV. It's just fine. We can zoom in on the rocket quite a bit. Resolution's good. I know this is not a great example, but I was just testing just to see how it's going to look, and I can see the rocket, I can see the pad, so that's going to be my vantage point, and this is going to be my camera, the 5D Mark IV and the 100 to 400. We are an hour and a half now from liftoff. When there's about 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes left, I'm going to go out to the spot on the dunes and stand around for a while. I'll probably use my phone to watch the countdown, but when we're close, I'm just going to put it on the tripod and then just record the launch on the phone so that you can just see and hear that live, and then I'll edit my pictures into this before I publish the video. So that's the plan. We'll see how it works. I only have the one phone, so to be able to get some footage and chat with you and film the launch is going to be a little difficult, but I do have my iPhone tripod, so I'm going to set that up, and we're getting close. Okay, we've got about 38 minutes until launch. I'm going to head out there because it starts to get really cool, and I'll put this list on the screen of things that they do and the process they go through to get the rocket ready. Load the propellant, load the liquid oxygen, cool everything down, and there's some really cool shots of the steam and the mist rising from the rocket. So I don't know how much of that we'll see on the super bright day, but we're going to go out there and check it out. Here we go.
If recovery goes to plan, the fairings will be pulled from the ocean and prepped to fly again. This reusability is exactly what makes the Falcon 9 such a remarkable vehicle. Now, next up in the countdown, the transporter erector, or TE, will begin to retract. There we go. That is the TE retracting back from Falcon 9.
I'm so proud of us. We did it. We did it. We got here, we waited, we knew our goal, and we did it. That was epic. I'm so excited to see these photos, to go through them, to see what we caught. I'm going to share them at the end of this video, of course, so stay tuned for that. And thank you so much for coming. That was truly a blast. I'm coming out again. There's another one on Tuesday, 7 in the morning. I'm going to see a sunrise launch and see how that goes. So come if you'd like. There might be a video on that one, or at least I'll share some photos from it. So thank you. Thank you. This was so much fun. I loved every second of this, and I'm excited to do it again. This is amazing.